Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. Today is Friday, and we're winding out the work week, or getting close to the completion of this work week. And it's been a pretty good work week. There's been a lot of things that were done, both on the side of the two men that are working here from the construction company, and myself, the little projects that I've been working on a day-to-day basis. And you're probably wondering, why am I looking at the garage door this morning? Well, as you know, when my carpenter set the doors inside the frame, you remember it was done at the very end before I went on vacation, and I think it got slammed in so fast, and I don't think he took his time doing the set of the door in the frame properly, because you can see up here we have a gap. A huge gap, and what it is the door is not set in the frame squarely. On this end it's perfect, but on this end it drops down below the little drop down concealment that's supposed to be concealing the door, but you can see through. And it's that way on both sides. Now part of it has to do with the doors. Remember, the doors were not dry. The doors were still a little wet when they built it. You can never, when I say wet, the wood was still a little green and wet. You should always have, when you build a door, it should be like kiln dried, or it should sit for a year in a storage area where the moisture can get out and it stabilizes the wood. Because what happens if the wood is still wet, and as it dries it shrinks, which is evident from some of the cracks. You see the cracks that we have here? And it's from some of the separations of the panel from the framing. So it's not a good practice to build anything, a table or a door or any furniture, using wood that hasn't been dried out properly. So this morning I'm trying to decide, what is the project going to be for today for James here? And there's so many things that I can do. Remember, we still have bathroom items, comfort room items that have to be done. There's still things on the outside, the cistern. It's just so many things, but this is a priority that I would like to work on soon. I don't know if it's going to be today. It depends on my level of energy, and this door takes about 3 to 4 men anyway to lift it up off the hinges, lay it down, do the proper maintenance, which is basically taking a planer and planing this section and bring it up to no planing on this end so we can raise it. Then we have to do the adjustment on the hinges here as well. It has to be done. Whether I do it, my builder promised me that the carpenters would be here the third week of October, which, if I remember correctly, I believe today is the 19th. I think we are into the third week, or maybe Monday. Maybe he'll surprise me and have the carpenters show up on Monday. So anyway, I have to do something today. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm going to get started with the project today as soon as I finish talking with Ness upstairs and get started. So let me go ahead and do that. Without further delay, let me get today's video underway. Now, before we start this morning and I decide on what project that I'm going to be working for today, I want to thank all of you for all the wonderful comments. And yesterday's video, the video working on the barbecue grill, trying to get the barbecue grill, getting the barbecue grill up and running, it stemmed a lot of comments on the comment section on the vlog. And they were great comments, and I want to thank each and every one of you for submitting those comments. But it kept me very busy this morning, which is why it's after 9 o'clock this morning, and I'm just now getting started with my build day right here. I was looking through, you can see every morning I go through all of the comments on here, and what I try to do is I try to answer specifically if you have questions about a material that I'm using or technique that I'm doing, or you might even have a suggestion about how to do things, which I've taken on a lot of the suggestions from a lot of the subscribers here on the channel. And then this is my time in the morning to spend some time with Ness right here. We sit here and we chat for a little bit. And so in between doing the comments, and if you notice, a lot of time Ness proxies for me. If she sees a question that she knows the answer to, because she knows a lot of my techniques and things that I do and the history behind why I do a lot of things on the build here at Feliz, she'll answer those questions as well. So we kind of spend the morning discussing. We're like in a collaboration kind of mode. Now Ness and I were discussing different topics this morning, and one of the topics that came up is one of the good things about having a vlog on YouTube. One of the good things is it's a motivator. Having you out there, you kind of force me to get a lot of things done, because I try to put content. I try to put good content. I know I babble on every now and then, and Anessa's going to be shaking her head. Yeah, he babbles on a lot. But what I try to do in every episode, I try to provide insight, hints, and tips on making your build if you're going to be doing a build. And it's not just building items, it's DIY projects that are outside the scope of building a house, and also about culture and dealing with people on a day-to-day basis also, no matter where you are in the world. Again, having the vlog, it pushes me, it forces me to get things done, which is why I've gotten so many things done in the period of time that we've been building Villa Feliz here. All those extra little things that aren't in the scope of the contract with the contractor. So anyway, I want to thank you for kind of pushing me to get a lot of these things done. That's a recommendation for you. If you have, if you're just trying to find a way to get off that couch, get away from that TV, and get out and do some projects, maybe advertise some of your projects, even on YouTube or a vlog or a blog, and it will kind of push you into getting those projects done that you need to do on a day-to-day basis. So anyway, let's go ahead and get today started. We're going to discuss now, like I said, we're going to discuss what I want to start with today. Me and Ness will set up our plan, and then I will get started on a project shortly. So after careful consideration and discussion with Ness this morning, she insists that I finish doing the grouting upstairs here in the master bedroom suite, comfort room, the bath here. So what I'm going to do this morning, I'm going to do the grouting around the base of the seat here. It's very little that I have to do inside here. Around this tile that I put on the corner bench, and there's a section up underneath the bench that needs to be done as well. That will close this portion out. Speaking of this area right here, I contacted my glass guy about the glass here. Now he said Monday, downstairs, the glass enclosure for the shower on the first floor, he would be doing the installation on that. I asked him about the status of the update. Have they manufactured the glass, the tempered glass for these windows? And he says he's going to discuss that with me on Monday. So what that really means is, no, he's not going to do that on Monday, and I don't know what the lead time is on this right here. Remember, they moved their manufacturing plant for the tempered glass. So I'll get an update on that, and I'll share that with you now. Here in this room, I'm going to go ahead and do the grouting around the bathtub and around the lavatory here as well. And that will pretty much close out a lot of this. Now there's also, while I'm doing that, I'm going to use the same color grout that the builder used for the floor tile, which is white. I didn't want to use white anywhere in the house, but he used it for some reason up on this floor. And it looks good if you could keep it clean. Unfortunately, white gets stained very easily when you mop in it, and it's just a mess. And he didn't use the type of grout that is antibacterial, like the stuff like this. The antibacterial formula for hygienic living, all this stuff for stain resistant, antibacterial, anti-mold and mildew, all that kind of stuff. And he didn't use any of this type of tile waterproofing. If you use this also, it will also help. So the remainder, I will do the additive for that. But I did buy a bag of white, and the white should be enough. One full bag should be enough to do the bathtub, the lavatory, and the remaining areas of the tile here, because you can see here, it's not completed. So let me go ahead and get that done. That is the major project for today for me. The guys are still outside. It's their break right now, and they're working on the tiling on the backside of the fence. So at the end of today, when we look, we should see on that whole section of wall out there, we should see the outside. I think that will all be done on the outside, and then we'll be working on the sides and on the inside probably today or tomorrow. Okay, well this morning I'm going to start using the beige, the Bahama beige color, and I'm going to add a little bit of the tile waterproofing inside with the mixture. And I'm just going to do this section here. Remember, I just have a small amount to do here. I'll knock that out. It's a very small job. Then I will go back to the F15, which is the white, and I'm going to use the white for around the base of the tub and around the base of the lavatory. Now, again, this has all the features inside of the antibacterial, stain resistant, all of that stuff inside here. I'm adding another layer of the waterproofing, the tile grout waterproofing, and then when I finish all of that, I will use the waterproofing compound. It's a little liquid that you put over the top of it. So that's like 3 layers of waterproofing and bacteria resistance, so it'll be nice and clean. And even if you splash stuff on there, it will not get all that nasty algae and bacteria and mold and things like that. So let me go ahead and get started with the Bahama beige. Okay, that's it for the grouting for the seat. I was able to do all the underneath portions and the sides and up underneath the ledge of the granite where it faces the tile. So we're good on this. We're just going to let that cure, and in about 24 hours we'll go ahead and we'll put the sealant, that little brush sealant, we'll put that on all the parts there. And then today is Friday, Sunday or Monday, we'll go ahead and we'll do a check, a sanity check, make sure all the plumbing works properly inside of here. Now the next thing to do is go ahead and mix up the white mixture. Now I recommend that you start with a very clean tile. If you use an existing tile that you had a darker color like you see on here, make sure you scrape and sand as much as possible because you don't want to stain the lighter color. And I've done that pretty much. I think we're okay with this right here. And we'll try to focus on this area here. Clean your pads. If you can start with new pads. I forgot to buy new application pads for the grout. My bad, last time I went to Wilcon. And they're very inexpensive. It's like 2 pads is like 50 pesos or something like that. It's very inexpensive. But these are okay. I'll be able to use these for application. So let me mix those up with the white and go ahead and do the lavatory and the bathtub. Well, okay, grouting done on the bathtub and the lavatory. Not a big deal. It was very quick. I just got done doing some of the cleanup. There's still a little bit of hazing. I'll clean it up later on with a dry rag. So this is done up here. I did not finish the floor. I was going to do the white and the floor, the continuation of what they did for the grout, but I need to do a little bit more preparation. I have to do some cleaning in between the tiles and pull up any debris that's inside there or any of the tile adhesive that made its way through. I'm not up to doing that today. I think I've done enough today. Maybe not. But anyway, I'm done up here for now. I'm going to go downstairs, drink some cool water, and then see if there's anything else I can do around the house today. So I do know the next task I want to work on today. And it's a fun task. Not that all building tasks aren't fun tasks. I enjoy doing everything that I do around here. But I got some planning tasks that I've got to do today. Now, I don't know if you remember the episode when Muhammad and his family came to visit us here, and he came bearing gifts. Remember, he brought the dates, and then he sent me some more dates through the mail from his property. He has some property way up north on Luzon here. And what they were more dates. And what I did was I took some of the date seeds from the dates that I ate, and I germinated them for a while. And anyway, after about 3 weeks, I'm gonna say about 3 weeks. I don't know if you can see. Actually, this one kind of fell out of the the paper inside here. These are paper towels that are just a little bit moist. I put them in a semi-dark area, cool dark area, and I want you to see all of the seeds that have germinated, and we have the root and the stem that's going to one day be the actual palm. So what I'm going to do, I don't have any really small containers. What I have these containers here. I'm going to fill these up with the soil that's inside the garden, and I'm going to move these seeds over to these containers. And I'm going to start trying to grow some seedlings. Again, these are overkill. I need something about a quarter of the size of these, but these are all I have around the yard. And it'll do fine. And I'll just leave it inside here and let it get root bound in here. And then we'll select one. We'll select the healthiest one because these grow into big palms. I don't know if you've seen date palms before, but they're pretty big. We're going to have one in our yard here because they actually yield a lot of dates. So let's go ahead and get these in the ground in the raised bed garden, and what we'll do is we'll give away the other ones to somebody who wants date palms in their yard as well. Crazy dog. Anyway, that's about, hey, stop, crazy dog, stop, calm down, crazy dog. Well, that's about it for today. Not a lot of video content, but the main thing I needed to get done, I got something accomplished. And the thing was, I got the grouting around the toilet, I got the grouting around the... Can I finish today's video? I got the grouting around the bathtub, and I got the grouting done around the corner bench inside the shower, which means tomorrow I can do a functional test of the shower to see if the shower works. Ness really wants me to test that thing out. You realize we haven't tested. We put all these things in the wall. We embed this stuff in concrete. And remember, if you remember, at the very beginning, when my contractor installed those valves, those control valves, he installed them backwards, and I caught him on that way before it was too late, and it would have been a real mess. The default would have been the handheld wand instead of the shower head. So good catch on that, and I think it'll work fine now. So tomorrow we'll do a functional check of the shower. We'll do a functional check of the handheld wand. We'll make sure that the water is flowing inside the shower area appropriately. And let's see, what else will we do tomorrow? I don't know what we're going to do tomorrow. Again, there's so many things that I want to do. I got hold of my contractor. He replied back to me. And the people that were supposed to be here for the third week of October, they are in their own hometown fiesta right now. So usually that lasts like a week. So maybe they'll be here next week. I don't know. But we have several of the carpenter items that need to be done. I will be glad to get those done. Plus some of the finishing, especially the fascia on the north side of the house and the west side of the house, where the finisher did it totally wrong. And it's all, you see up there, it's like all worn off right now. It has to be redone to look like it's new. So the plans for tomorrow, again, I don't know. Maybe the handrail for going up to the second floor from the basement. Maybe, oh gosh, I don't know. Again, I don't know. We'll figure it out in the morning. This boy needs a lot of attention right now. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to spend some time in the backyard. Him and Marianne. I'm going to see if I can get Marianne to run around and play around a little bit with Hapone as well. She hasn't been running much around lately. She's been really lazy. Oh, and I did get the palms. I put 4 of the date palms, the plants that were germinating. I put those inside the raised bed garden back there in a container, and we'll see if those will continue to grow. I'm sure they will. My gardener, he thought it was so cool. He likes the dates. So he said, how long did it take for those dates to get to where those roots were coming out of there like that? I said 3 weeks. So he started eating dates. And he started saving the seeds. I said, don't save those seeds. I got plenty of the seeds that are 3 weeks old that already have the roots. So I gave those to him. And I think he's going to plant them over in his yard as well. He really likes dates. So that's it for today. Tomorrow is Saturday, at the beginning of the weekend. Saturday and Sunday will be busy days for me. That Saturday is just a normal work day, but Sunday is going to be a trip. We're going to do a trip into Manila, Alabang, that area. I'm trying to look for Ashley Furniture. I understand there's an Ashley Furniture in that area somewhere up there around some mall, and I want to look for some bedroom furniture for the second floor, as well as some other furniture items and stuff for the porch, and who knows what else we'll find up there. So a big trip on Sunday. Plan that on your calendar if you like shopping trips. So let me close, like I said, for today. If you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share. And if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You will be subscribed. Ouch! You'll be subscribed and you'll be notified the next time we upload a new video. So until such time, you have a wonderful and blessed day.